I think I might be depressy. That's a strong word to use. But I think, I don't know. I don't know. Do you ever just wake up one day and you feel like you've been dreaming of the big life your whole life? I feel like my glasses are reflecting. Okay, you feel like you've been dreaming of the big life your whole life, and then one day you're just like, I really don't even know if that's. Do I want that? Then again, am I just depressy? And I'm just like in a mood where I'm like, no, I want to isolate in the middle of a farm, and just like raise my animals and just exist on a farm. Sometimes I'm like, are our dreams curated by the society that we live in and the way that society looks today? Or are my dreams my dreams? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I had a really long conversation about life yesterday with my friend, and she's actually on FaceTime right now. She's asleep though. Can't hear me. And I was like, it's so interesting being in a position, I don't know, being just like, again, underdog, theme of my life. Cause it's like you start to realize that you're surrounded by a very interesting group of people, question mark. And I just feel like I have a tendency of not noticing things. You know what I mean? I have a tendency of just like not noticing things when it comes to the way I'm treated, the way people talk to me. Oh, that's perfect. I need Vaseline on my lips. And I don't know. That's kind of a scary concept, Sorry about the lighting. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and like my dreams will still be intact. I hopped off of the media, not because like I was always one of those people who trolled people for, you know, disabling their accounts anytime something goes wrong. So how the tables have turned. But I always used to do it just because I'm like, I feel like the context in which people are like, okay, no, I need to leave social media is low key social media and the environment that it creates, like that winning. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, you're not gonna let social media win. You know what I mean? Um, Plus, it just creates this back and forth thing of like, when you go back, at some point you're gonna get off again. You know what I mean? Instead of developing a better relationship with it. I don't know. That was always my excuse. But guess who's? But me gonna justify and act like I'm not doing what everyone else does. Anyway, let me live in my delusions. But my theory is that by going off of social media, I'll be able to center myself again, and just like I have certain what do you call it, like conditions that I've created for myself within the context of social media. So when I meet those conditions, we'll go back. We'll go back. But at the moment I feel the withdrawal. I think I've been off for like 2 weeks, a week. I feel like it's withdrawal. I feel like I'm just suffering from withdrawal. Anyway, I've made a lot of questionable life decisions in the past week. And I just think I think I'm in a simulation, really and truly, because I'm like, people can't be real, you know? The world can't be real in general, you know? And I'm like, how do I take back my power? But then again, am I just depressy? That would be my friend's alarm going off for the 50th time. Watch. She's gonna switch it off. She's gonna go back to bed. Oh, she's on her phone. Okay, maybe she's up. Nope, phone's off. Yep, she's comfy again. She's out. For context, we have an 8-hour time difference. So I'm winding up my day and she's starting her day basically, and that's how it always goes. So, yeah. Where was this before? Maybe I'm like, that's also why I'm in the category of underdog. Because I'm like, all of the complaints that I had, or not complaints, but all of the everything I described in my video about being an underdog, and like the whole emotional element of it too. I was talking about it with my friend, and like the conversation was broken up into different, parts. And sometimes you just like see something from a completely different perspective and you're like, whoa. But also you don't want to see it from that perspective because it means giving you grace and not blaming yourself for certain things. Yeah, and there's something about that that makes me uncomfortable. Like realizing that regardless, we all know that at the end of the day, if you want things to be a certain type of way, regardless of how anyone else contributed to it, you still have to put in the effort and energy to creating what you want for yourself. But sometimes when it's like you blame yourself for so long because you only will see it in one perspective, and then you see it from another side, and then your heart low-key breaks for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I think I'm just depressing. I don't know. I really don't know, dudes. I'm pretty sure I'm cutting my hair off. So that's fun. That's gonna be great. Just gonna